Hey guys, Dr. Morse, Injury Experts. So this is going to be the Week 6 injury wrap-up. Recording it at halftime of the Lions and Chiefs game. Really good game so far. Some crazy plays today, some crazy upsets, and just overall good games. My Patriots are looking fantastic. Justin Fields can't get out of his own way. We're seeing some pretty strong performances in fantasy-wise. JSN is the truth. But we have some big injuries to talk about. I will talk about one injury that actually happened this morning before games even started, or at least at that site. Somehow Anthony Richardson, now the backup of the Indianapolis Colts, suffered an injury where he fractured his orbital bone. I don't know if it was playing with an elastic band, a rubber band, or something, but maybe it came up and hit him, or maybe he got hit with a ball. I have no idea what happened. But reportedly he spent most, or if not all, the entire game in the hospital. And this oftentimes can happen where you can have a fracture when they have to decide, because depending on whether or not it affects the vision, whether or not it has to be surgically repaired. Now, if this is non-surgical, meaning non-displaced, it's about 2 to 4 weeks, presumably be the backup. But if it is more than, it requires surgery, it's probably more to 4 to 6 weeks. Just a weird, fluky injury for a guy that has trouble staying healthy, and now he has something else. Transitioning to running back. So far, most of the running backs have been really healthy today. Blake Corum and Amari DeMarcado both had ankle injuries, but I haven't seen anything else, and I haven't heard any specifics. Both of them are pretty much backups. The wide receivers are where we have our big injuries of the week. Puka Nacua has an ankle injury that's probably going to keep him out next week. 1, because the game is in London, and 2, because they have a bye in week 8, so it would make sense to bring him back in week 9. It does not sound overly concerning. I did a different video on it if you want to see. Emeka Egbuka suffered a hamstring strain. He was the healthiest of the 3 elite wide receivers for the Tampa Bay Bucks, but now he's probably going to miss 3 to 4 weeks. Why? Because the timing of it, it's very hard to return in 1 week. It's not worth it to return in 2 weeks. They have a bye in 3 weeks. So that would play him week 10. That would allow them to probably get Mike Evans back next week and maybe Chris Godwin, depending on how his ankle is doing. And then he'll be able to return for the stretch run in week 10. As far as Garrett Wilson suffered what we thought was a hip, but now is actually a knee injury heading into week 7. They were in London, so now they have to fly back. We probably won't hear anything on Monday or Tuesday. If this is a mild sprain, we're not overly concerned. If this is a more moderate sprain or a meniscus tear, they might need to put him on IR, at least temporarily. So we'll keep an eye on that. Marvin Harrison Jr. suffered a concussion. And unfortunately, banged his head on the back of on the field, and as a result, there's about a 70% chance he returns in week 7. We will know probably by Thursday where he's at. Calvin Ridley also suffered a hamstring strain as well. Again, these are probably going to take 3 weeks or so. Remember, he's a little bit older than Emeka, so it's going to take a little bit longer. Dontavian Wicks suffered an ankle injury as well. I don't have details on that. Juwan Jennings, they reported he's dealing with 5 broken ribs, which is ridiculous. A high ankle sprain and a low ankle sprain. This dude's a dog. So, unfortunately, he only caught 1 pass today. Now, you probably understand why. Maybe they get Pearsall back next week, but this dude just needs to rest up right now. I don't care if he's on the field. I cannot trust Juwan Jennings until we see that he's a little bit healthier. And then it looks like Travis Kelce just tweaked his ankle, so we'll have to see what's going on with that. And then we will see, depending on how Mike Gesicki and his pec injury, this is usually a pec strain, which would be here, or a pec tendon partial tear, which is here, or a full thickness tear, which is even worse. Partial tendon tears take 4 to 6 weeks. Full tendon tears usually are season ending. That's usually more of a blocking injury. But this should be, he's not really fantasy relevant right now, but nonetheless, that could impact. We'll have more information when we get it. I did a lot of individual videos, but if you have any questions or comments or concerns, I would love to help. Feel free to drop me a line. Check out the Injury Experts. There's a ton of injury content there, daily injury reports, and everything you need to keep you up to date on all the injuries heading into betting, fantasy, and everything you're looking for.